Hello, beautiful yogis. Ashley here, and welcome to day 45 of the 75 Hard Yoga Challenge. So today is going to feel a little different. This is not that like flowy vinyasa style class. This is more of a strength training session. So we're going to be focusing on your core, but not in that like six-pack burnout kind of way. We're going to be building that spinal control and that rib to pelvis connection and that real midline strength. Now you will feel a burn in that core though. And the reason that this matters is because tomorrow we're going to be working on back bends. And if you don't know how to organize your center, you really end up dumping into that lower back, and we obviously don't want that. So today we train the engine. Now, you don't need anything except your mat, your body, and your breath. And if you do want a little bit of that music on in the background, go ahead and throw something motivating on for you. And then we will be starting on our backs today. And even though this is a strength training class, we are going to begin slowly, because if you can't control your breath at rest, you won't be able to control it under pressure. All right, let's get into it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and meet me lying down. All right, yogis, let's go ahead and make our way onto our back. Just resting down. You can bend your knees here. Opening up your chest a little bit. Bringing your hands to your belly. Let's just take a second here to just ground down into our mat. Let's take a deep breath. And a big exhale out. Feeling the weight of your body just melting into your mat. Connecting into that breath and the rhythm of the breath for a moment. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly. And allow this breath to really anchor you into this present moment, allowing yourself to be here right now. And now, let's begin to add a little bit of control. So let's breathe in slowly for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in for 2, 1, 2, and exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now inhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it. 1, 2. Exhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe in for 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 2. 1, 2. Exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2. Inhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it. 1, 2. Exhale slowly for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it out. 1, 2, and then deep breath in. And exhale. Let's do one more slow inhale, one more slow exhale. So inhale, count to 8. Hold it and exhale for 8. And then another deep inhale. And a big exhale. Wonderful job. And just take a moment here to set the intention for your practice before we dive in. So what has brought you to your mat? And what are you cultivating in this time? And then taking another deep breath in. Once you've set that intention, draw those knees into the chest. And on your exhale, go ahead and release it. Inhale and exhale, drop those feet down, open up your eyes. We're gonna go right into a pelvic tilt, so go ahead and tuck that tail under. Here, I want you to really try to bring that groin towards your belly button, zipping that belly button up into your ribs, flattening out that back. So you shouldn't even be able to slide a piece of paper underneath there or even get your hand under your back. So really press that spine into the floor here, feeling that tuck and that warming of the belly starting to build. And then on your exhale, we release it. Now really send that pelvis forward, arching that back. And then exhale, tilt it under. So again, we're really trying to get that deep tilt under. I'm really trying to engage that pelvic floor. So almost like you're trying to hold your bladder here. And then exhale, we release it again. So we're working through those deep pelvic floor muscles. Go ahead and tuck it under. So we use this tuck a lot throughout our practice, but a lot of us don't realize that this is what we're looking for. And then release it. But this is really going to create that stability and place your hip right in place. Go ahead and tuck it under one more time. It also activates, like I said before, that lower abdominal, so that deep pelvic floor. And that also keeps you stable, keeps that energy zipping right up and in. And everything is stabilized from within. Let's go ahead and release it. Let's take one more of those and then tuck it under, hold it. All right, now we're gonna progress this a little bit, keeping that tuck, keep pushing that lower back deeply into the floor here. We're gonna lift one leg and then the other leg. Try not to let that back arch when those legs come up off the ground. Reaching those arms towards the ceiling. We're gonna go right into that dead bug pose, that alternating arm and leg. So right arm's gonna come back overhead, left leg's gonna go long. Now, if you start to notice the lower your leg goes, that back wants to arch. So pick that leg up a little bit more. I want you to find that space where you can really hold that tuck. All right. We're going to move through this slow so you can really feel that engagement of the abdominal muscles. All right, and then come back into the center. We're going to switch. Letting that leg and arm hover. Try not to relax it. Keep using that deep core muscle to hold your back in place, to hold your pelvis in place. You might even feel a little vibration starting to happen, and that's okay. All right, we're going to switch it again. So we're working on that control. And as we hold this, I want you to be mindful of the breath. Notice, are you holding that breath? Are you clenching to that breath? Let's alternate it one more time. Each side. Are you able to breathe through the pose even though it's challenging? And exhale, last one on this side. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and hug those knees in, squeeze. All right. Progressing this a little bit, go ahead and come into that reverse tabletop. So here, make sure that the knees are a little bit more open, stacked with the hips, making sure that the knees are back just a little bit. So now you have that 90-degree bend. And then the arms are gonna come up towards the ceiling. Lifting the shoulders up off the mat, tuck the tail under, flatten out the back, and then see if you can lift the shoulders even more, lifting the head up off the mat. We're gonna pulse it for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if it's easier, you can always take a block and place a block in between and squeeze that block. That'll activate that midline. It's actually a great one to add. All right, so now we're gonna stay up for that 5 breaths. We're about 3 breaths in already. Lift it up a little higher. And then reach those arms above the head. Exhale, take them around, almost like a snow angel. Reach it up, pulse it for 1. And send it back. Swing that arm on around, back to center, pulse it up, that's 2. Send it back, swing it around, come up, pulse it for 3. Arms overhead, swing it around, arms up, pulse it, that's 4. 1 more, you can do it, come up, pulse it for 5. Inhale and exhale, take the arms overhead and squeeze those knees in, take a little break. Rocking side to side. All right, we're gonna go right on into it. Coming back into that dead bug, but instead of slow, we're gonna take it a little bit faster, alternating 6 rounds. So go ahead and bring those arms up. Make sure that those calves are parallel, and then the knees are with the hips. The further those knees are away from your core, the harder your core has to work to stabilize those legs there. So if your knees are in a little bit closer to the body, that's gonna be way easier. So go ahead and send them back. We're gonna alternate 6. All right, 1. Try not to let that contraction go. 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, 6. We're gonna go right into it, double arm, double leg. Keep that back flat, and 1. We're going for 5, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5. On your exhale, come up, take your hands, interlace those fingers behind the head. We're gonna take those bicycle crunches, rise it up, straighten your left leg. Inhale and exhale, left elbow, right knee. And we alternate. We're going for 6, that's 1, this is 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale and exhale, release those hands. Placing your hands down to your side body, we straighten the legs towards the ceiling. We're gonna do a little bit of hip lifts here. So those toes are gonna point towards the ceiling, hands are planted down, keeping that pelvic tilt. We're just progressing on that, adding a little bit more movement. We're going to bring those legs overhead and then lift your hips, and then see if you can, with straight legs, lower them down. Maybe they just barely lower, and you can bend your knees if you'd rather do that with the toe tap. All right, so we're gonna do that again. So come back up, lift and lower. That's 2, lift and lower. That's 3, lift and lower. That's 4. So again, you can do it with those bent knees, and 5, and bring that back down. All right, we're gonna do just lower, so without lifting those hips. So again, you can keep those knees bent, tapping the toe here for those leg lowers, or you're gonna do the straight legs way harder. If you start to notice that back starts to arch, that's when you either need to press a little bit more, go down a little less, or bend those knees. All right, so tucking that tail, we're gonna lower it for 5. That's 1, and 2, get as low as you can. 3, keep that back flat. 4, you should feel everything in that center. And 5, exhale, bend those knees. Awesome job, rock side to side. All right, we're gonna rock it up into our boat pose. So go ahead, taking your ankles, or you can just rock it up, so however you want to, but we're gonna find our way into that boat. So again, you can cross the ankles and roll it up, or we're just rolling it right into boat. All right, we hold it. 1, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we straighten one leg. 1, bend, and 2, we're going for 6, and 3, 4, try not to lean back so much, 5, and 6, hold it. And cross those ankles, we lean forward, give that core a little break, dip the elbow, and just do a couple little circles here. All right, we're gonna get right back into it. Find your boat. Walk it in. All right, little bicycles here. Place your hands behind your head. You can keep your hands out if you want to, but we're gonna try and place the hands behind the head. We're gonna alternate, so that left elbow, right knee, and then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We hold it, hands down to your side, and cross those ankles, lean forward, couple little shoulder dips, stretch out those hips, giving your body a little bit of a break. And we're gonna move right on into our last little boat pose here. Now I want you to make sure that as we're in that boat, we're really compressing. So find your boat pose, squeezing those knees in. Now see if you can reach down and grab your ankles. Maybe this is where you stay and you work on finding that compression, finding that balance. If it feels good, bring those knees in a little bit deeper, pull that belly in. So the pelvic floor that we've been working on, find it here, hold it. Now if that's good, Then straighten your legs, look up to your toes. Pull that belly in. Hold it. 2. Breathe. 3. Squeeze. 4. If you come out of it, you come out of it. Get right back in. And 5. Exhale, we come down. We cross the ankles. All right, let's go ahead and shoot that on back. Send it back into your down dog. Take a moment here in that down dog position. Breathe, pressing through that middle finger and thumb, lifting out. All right, perfect. And then let's go ahead and come down. Let our knees hover here. Hold it, push the floor away, protracting those shoulders, pick up that belly. Inhale, and then exhale, shift the weight back, let your belly rest to your thighs. Straighten the legs. We're gonna go to 5 pikes to plank. So go ahead and pick up those hips, come up onto those tippy toes, tuck that tail, engage that core, roll it through, find your plank. And then pick it up, lean forward, really pike those hips, shift it back, that's 1. And then pick up the hips, and then come back, find your plank, tuck your tail deeply under, lean forward, come up onto the tippy toes, push it back, that's 2. All right, so again, pick up those hips, roll it through, keep pushing the floor away, hold it, pick up those heels, take it back, that's 3. Roll it through, find your plank, pick it up to pike, send it back, that's 4. Pike it up, send it back to plank. Exhale, pick it up, and come back. Inhale, come back into your plank. We hold that plank. Inhale, and then exhale, pick up your right leg. Tuck the tail. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee into the chest. Come through, foot between the hands. We hold it, stretch it out. Breathe. The foot didn't make it all the way through the hand. That's okay. Take it as far as it'll go and then walk it that rest of the way. Eventually, time will bring that leg a little closer to the hands. But make sure those hips are piked really high. All right, let's go ahead and send it right on back. And then exhale, drop it down, find your plank, shoulder taps to each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale and exhale, shift the hips back. All right, inhale, we come back through, let those shins hover, push the floor away. Feel that core engaged. Inhale and exhale, shift the hips back, belly rest to the thighs, straighten the legs. Inhale, we do 5 pike to plank. 1, send it back. Exhale, 2. And pick it up, send it back. Remember, get those hips really high. Come back through, plank. And pick it up, that's 3. Really get onto those tippy toes. Keep pushing the floor away, don't let it collapse. Pick it up. 1 more, plank. Shift your weight back to your heels. And then back to your toes, push. And come back into your plank. Or back to your down dog. And then back to your plank. We hold it. Pick up your left leg, hold. Inhale and exhale, shoot it back, 3-legged dog. And then knee into the chest, knee deep into the chest. See if you can get that foot between the hands. Find that lunge, settle your hip, heal your heart. Keep sending your weight forward. Inhale and exhale, plant the hands. Find your plank. We're gonna take those 4 shoulder taps, so 2 each side. So 1, try not to spill the cup on your back. 2, 3, try to stay stable. And 4, inhale and exhale, shoot it right on back. Wrapping those armpits under. And then roll it on through. Let those knees hover, push the floor away. 1, 2, 3, maybe you pick up 1 leg. 4, 5, switch, hold it. And couple more breaths, 3 more breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Shift it back, down dog. Straighten the legs. And then come back through, find your plank. Lower down, chaturanga, upward dog. Downward dog. And then roll it through, lower slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to the belly. Release those toes. Inhale, we rise. Little baby cobra. Exhale, come down. Slide those hands through. Let's take that Sphinx pose, opening up through the chest. No slouching in the shoulders. Really roll them back, pulling those shoulder blades down the rib cage as you peel your heart through. So you're pushing through those hands, the forearms, not just the elbows, lifting out of the lower back, elongating the spine. And then exhale, push through those hands. Let the elbows go out, drop your forehead down. Going into our back side of the core now. So go ahead and take your hands to the outside of the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, push your pelvis into the mat, lift your legs, rise, lift your hands. We're gonna take cobra pulses. Take 10, 1, 2, you can do it, 3, 4, 5, we hold it. Take your hands out beside you, airplane arms. Inhale, Superman, and exhale, rest it down. Wonderful job. Take a moment, let that rest. And then inhale, hands to the outside of the chest. We roll the shoulders back. 5 more pulses. Lift those legs, lift the hands. If you need to, you can keep the feet down, but I encourage you to pick up those legs and then push the pelvis in as you bend yourself in half. We're gonna pulse it for 5 this time. 1, 2, keep your gaze down so dristi's at your nose tip. Think a little bit further out. 3, 4, and 5, we hold it. Take your hands out beside you. This time, interlace those fingers. Open up that heart. Inhale and exhale, reach it forward and layer those hands, rest it down. Letting everything go. All right. We're gonna do that again, a little different. Okay, so gaze to the front, hands to the outside of the chest. We roll the shoulders back. All right, we're gonna try and lift one leg and then set it down. Lift the other leg, set it down. Feel the glute and hamstring work, alternate. And down, other side, left side, right side, left side. Lift both. Inhale and exhale, interlace those fingers. One more. And then release your bind, airplane those arms, peel yourself in half, see if you can get a little bit more lift. Inhale and then exhale, keep the hands to your side and rest your cheek down. You can let your shoulders drape here. All right, one more breath. All right, bending those knees. We're gonna let those feet go out to the side. Now here, we're gonna take a bind, bow pose, grabbing your ankle one at a time until you have both ankles. And make sure that your knees aren't coming out wide. Let the feet go out wide rather than the knees. We wanna keep those knees protected. Work through that external rotation of the hip. Inhale, we rise, push that pelvis into the mat. Press your foot into hand. Lift it, almost like you're trying to reach those knees towards the ceiling. Heart open, awesome job. 1, get a little higher, 2, maybe a little higher, 3, 4, and 4.5, and 5, take it down. Awesome, release one leg at a time. To let it go. Hands to the outside of the chest. We roll the shoulders back. Tuck your tail. Push up. Push back. Take a moment. Give your back a little break here. stretching out the spine. Inhale, and on your exhale, walk it over to the left side. Take that right hand over top, drop the forehead down. Keep those toes curled under, stretching out the feet. Inhale, come back into your center. And exhale, left hand stacks over top of the right. Side body stretch. Catch your breath. Notice your inner world, that internal monologue through your practice. Really allow yourself to be present with yourself without judgment. Coming back into that center. And then inhale, we roll it on up. Find that down dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, we pick up that right leg nice and high. Really tuck that tail, bring that knee deep into the chest, send it forward. Drop that foot between the hands. Inhale, peel that heart through. We drop that back knee, release those back toes. Fingertips graze the floor as we rise it up. Find that lunge. Now those back toes can stay uncurled or curl them, whatever feels best for you. Inhale, and then exhale. Taking that left arm forward, right arm back, look over that right shoulder. Either stay here, we're gonna deepen it. Turn those toes in, let the knee cave inward. Inhale, bring those hands into prayer. Left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Really deepen through that twist. Feel that core compression to get that twist. Lean forward. And then inhale, we come back up, twisted lunge. Rise it up for sending that pelvis forward, open up the heart. Inhale and exhale, find your balance. Maybe toes curl up off the mat, airplane those arms, or keep those toes pointed. Feel the stretch. Inhale, bend those knees, graze those fingers, curl the back toes. Exhale, we cactus. Inhale and exhale, plant the hands down. Lean forward, back knee floats, and we shift it back, that three-legged dog. Let's take a vinyasa. You can either take a normal chaturanga or the 3-point chaturanga, or modified. Take your version, come through, lower it. Upward dog, downward dog. Perfect. Right into the other side. We're going to pick up that left leg nice and high, three-legged dog. Really bring that knee deep into the chest. Pike those hips. Get that foot between the hands. Inhale and exhale. Drop the back knee. You can release the back toes if that feels better. Again, settling into that lunge, peeling that heart. Notice your breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Allow yourself to be present. Graze those fingers. Rise it up. Settle that hip. Peel the heart through. Lift out of that lower back. Inhale and exhale, reach that right arm forward, left arm back. Look over your left shoulder. Settle your hip. So again, you're going to turn those toes in, knees going to come in, bring your hands into prayer. Right elbow, left knee, push. Really push yourself open. If you want to go a little deeper, place the hand. See if you can get a little bit higher up on that arm, more towards that shoulder. Keep pushing that knee into the midline. And on your exhale, deepen it. Keep trying to settle those hips, deepening through your twist. Feel that core compression. And then inhale, we release it. Thumbs up. On your exhale, then thumbs down. We come through, thumbs back. Settle your pelvis. Inhale and exhale. Either peel those toes towards the shins, up off the mat, airplane arms, or keep the toes down. Breathe through the stretch, find your balance. Keep pulling that belly in so your core is still working. Inhale and exhale, graze those fingers, we rise. Inhale and exhale, cactus. Inhale, plant those hands down. Curl the back toes, lean forward till the back knee floats, shift your weight back. Inhale and send it back. Exhale, settle in. We're going to take that modified or normal chaturanga or 3-point chaturanga. Come through, bend those elbows straight back. Control it to your up dog. Inhale. And exhale. 4. And 5. Come back into your plank. We hold that plank. Hold your plank. We're just going to drop the knees here. Just 1 for 10. Try to keep your hips square. 2, 3. Keep pushing the floor away. 4. Notice the internal monologue. 5. Steady your breath. 6, 7, 8, 9. Find peace in that discomfort. And 10. Hold it. Lean forward, lower all the way to your belly. Wonderful job. Slide those hands forward. We take that Sphinx pose. Peel that heart through. Perfect. All right, placing those hands down, elbows out, hands to the outside of the chest. Roll the shoulders back. We're gonna push up, push back, just for a breath or two. Inhale and exhale, roll it through, drop your elbows. We're gonna come into forearm plank here. Tuck that tail, walk your feet out. Now you can keep your palms together for this one, or you can open up your arms. That does require a little bit more shoulder stability and flexibility in the external rotation of the shoulder. But we're gonna take some hip dips. So tuck that tail under, and then I find it easier for the hands together. It's really whatever's preference for you. We're gonna dip those hips, we're gonna go for 10. So just rotate, spiraling to the outer edge of that foot, and then come back up. Inhale, exhale, spiral to the outer edge of the left foot. Come up, that's 2. Spiral to the outer edge, 3, and 4. Keep rotating. 5, 6. Keep your breath steady. 7. Don't hold your breath. 8. And exhale, 9. Inhale, exhale, dip for 10. Hold it. Inhale, and exhale, drop your knees. Settle back. All right. Taking a little break just for one breath. This is going to be one of the harder poses of the practice today, a pinnacle of the practice. But you can do it. All right, let's go ahead and come on up. Drop those elbows down. Come back into plank. We're gonna hold it. This is our finisher. Hold it up. Push the floor away. Pick up your right leg. Hold. 1, 2. Maybe you stack those heels. 3, 4, 5. Stay up. Switch. 1. You can let it hover or stack it. 2, 3, 4, 5. We hold it. Inhale and exhale. We walk it back. We're going to tap. So from this pike here, we're going to tap that elbow. We're going for a total of 10, so 5 each side. Go ahead and pick up that right leg. Inhale and exhale. See if you can tap that elbow. Send it back. 1. Switch. Tap the left elbow. That's 2. Switch it. 3, 4. You could do it. Push the floor away. 5. If it doesn't touch, it doesn't touch. Don't worry about it. 6. Keep pushing. No dumping into the shoulders. 7. 8, really crunch that core. 9. And 10, awesome job. Drop those knees and let those arms drape down to your side. Let those shoulders drape over those knees. Take a relaxing child's pose here. You can even take your knees out wide to let your torso settle in. Catch your breath. Restore balance back to the body, back to the mind, back to the breath. Let the heart rate come down. One more breath. Wonderful job. And then inhale, reach those arms forward, stretch it out. Inhale, let's take one final vinyasa. You can do this from your knees or come back up onto your plank, lower down, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. All right, let's make our way into a seated position. Step, walk, or jump. And then make your way onto your back. Hug those knees in. Inhale and exhale, goalpost. All right, let's take a little twist here. So we're just gonna squeeze the thighs to the belly and then let those knees fall to the left side. And if you feel that you wanna reach for the outer edge of that knee, go ahead and do so now. If the goalpost is too much, you can always tee out the arms. And then squeeze the knees into the chest, pick it up. Use that ab control to come to the center. And then ab control to send the legs down to the other side. See how slow and controlled you can set them down and stretch it out. And then squeeze it yet again to the center and hug those knees in. Inhale and exhale, drop those feet down. Tucking that tail under deeply. We're gonna go right into a bridge here. Place the hands down. Make sure that your heels are right at the tip of the middle finger so you can ensure that your hips are in good place. And then make sure that the knees are in line with the hips. So you could always turn those heels out just a little bit so that way when you lift the hips, you can stay in square. So we're gonna tuck that tail under, lift the hips. Now you notice, see, as you lift up, those knees wanna go a little wider. That's why we turn the heels outward. All right, lifting it up, interlace those fingers. We're gonna push towards the shoulders to give you more space to lift those hips, walk those shoulders under. Plant those hands down as much as you can. If the bind's too much, you can release the hands and just keep them planted. But we want to lift. So push back into the shoulders and then lift your hips. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release your hands. Tuck your tail deeply under on your way down, slow, lower. And then we hold the tuck here, compress the core. So just like we did in the very beginning, working on that deep pelvic muscle, notice if you have a deeper connection to it now. Is it a little easier? Maybe it's a little harder. And then exhale. Release it. Awesome job. All right, let's take that right leg, cross it over the left. Pick up those hips, shift them to the right. We'll take another twist, but this time more bound, stretching out that outer hip. Look over that right shoulder. And then squeeze, come back into center, and then straighten that right leg, reaching that toe towards your face. Maybe you grab a hold of the ankle. If not, the knee can be bent. I just want you to feel a good stretch in the hamstring. So it's really whatever feels good to you, but I want you to be mindful and lead with that heel. You can point the toe. That does take a little bit more pressure off the hamstring. You'll get more calf with the heel up. All right, and if it feels good, you can straighten that right leg or left leg. And then go ahead and bend that knee, reach down, grab a hold of the big toe with the peace finger, rest that left hand down the left thigh, and taking your half happy baby here. Keep pushing the knee down. Keep pulling that shoulder into the socket. So you're really trying to pull that in. All right, rotating the heel in. Maybe you straighten it. So the rotation, the inward rotation of the heel is very important. It's going to help bypass that hamstring head so you don't hyperextend. Get a little bit more into that inner thigh as well. All right, inhale, squeeze that inner thigh towards the center. Come back into that happy baby for one breath. And then exhale, knee into the chest, hip flexor stretch. And then we just switch those sides. So dropping right foot down, keep that knee bent to start. Crossing that left leg over right, goalpost and T, or T. Pick up the hips, shoot them to the left, knees drop to the right. Gaze over that left shoulder. And then squeeze it right back into center, pick it up, hug that knee in. And then grabbing behind that knee, straighten the leg. Maybe you pull, grabbing at the ankle, pulling that leg in towards your face. You can point the toe or flex the foot. You can even grab a hold of the toes, getting a deep stretch along that calf. And if it feels good, you can always straighten that bottom leg. And then exhale, go ahead and release it. Bend that knee, grabbing hold of the big toe with the peace finger. And then the right hand, right thigh, we open it up, take that half happy baby. Again, we're pulling that shoulder into the socket. And then rotating that heel inwards, then you can straighten the leg. So again, that internal rotation of that heel is important. And if you start to feel yourself rolling over to that left side, you can always just grab a hold of that hip bone, something to anchor yourself down, or tee your arm out a little bit more. Feel the inner thigh stretch. And then inhale, squeeze that inner thigh. So both inner thighs squeeze towards each other. So you zip up through that midline, even though those inner thighs are not touching. And then coming back into that half happy baby. Inhale and exhale, release your bind. Coming into your hip flexor stretch. Inhale and then exhale, both knees into the chest. Squeeze it in. Inhale and exhale, send the energy down. All right, making our way into our Shavasana, the moment we've all been waiting for. Go ahead and tuck that tail under, pulling that belly button deeply into the spine. This is to help reset our hips and find a more comfortable Shavasana. Go ahead and keep that tuck. Inhale, and on your exhale, straighten your right leg. Keep that tuck as you straighten your left leg. And then melt down, let those feet fall to the side, take up space. Release your tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax your jaw, unfurl the brow. Bring your awareness to the breath. Allow yourself to get lost in the breath. And maybe you notice a little moment of stillness, of peace, in that small space between your inhales and exhales. Can you slow that time down? Can you bring that stillness and that peace into this moment? And with each breath, expanding that energy. With each breath, sinking deeper into that space. I'm going to leave you in silence. Enjoy your Shavasana. you'd like a longer Shavasana, you're welcome to press pause. Otherwise, follow me. Let's begin to wiggle those fingers and toes. Rolling the wrists and ankles. Some larger movements. See if you can expand on that energy, that peace and calm. And then bending the knees and elbows. Taking this moment to roll over onto your side, just resting. Letting all that energy, any residual that you're carrying, to just melt right into your mat. So when you leave your practice, you're a new version of yourself than the version who stepped into this practice. A little stronger, a little more aware, a little more at peace and present with yourself and the world around you. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and extend the top leg using the top arm to press yourself to a nice, comfortable seated position. Try to keep those eyes closed so you don't disturb that peace. Settling into that seated position, bringing those hands to the knees. Maybe allowing your palms to face up this time. Roll the shoulders back, tuck your tail, chin is tucked. Let's take a deep breath in and a big exhale. Let's take another deep breath in and exhale. Just a little central nervous system regulation for you. And then from this place, inhale, lift those arms above the head. On that exhale, hands heart center. Set the intention for the rest of your day. So what are you carrying with you from your practice? And how do you intend to continue to practice the practice of yoga even well beyond your mat? And once you've set that intention, send the energy down, grounding into the earth. Send it all the way up to the universe for manifestation and creation as those palms touch, hands heart center, sealing this space with our mantra. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be peaceful, may I be filled with love. May all beings throughout time and space be happy, be healthy, be peaceful, be filled with love. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. All right, awesome job. Thank you so much for practicing with me. As always, it is such a pleasure and an honor to guide you along such a beautiful journey. And as always, I appreciate your time and your energy. And if you felt like a lot of that core work was a little difficult today and you would like to continue to build that strength to have more stable transitions, stronger arm balances and inversions, or just an overall stronger practice from the center out, definitely check out my resources linked in the description. And I look forward to seeing you back here. Same mat, new challenge. Namaste.